how are you doing? Hello, hello. Oh, the camera's over here. That was very confusing. That was very confusing. I was like, why is the camera in the wrong place? How are we all doing? Hello, hello, hello. How are we? How are we? How are we? How are we all diddly doing? I hope we're all doing well. And a happy Friday to you all. I hope we're all having a good day. How have you been? Wow, that camera's high. Okay, I gotta sort that out. Let's get us back on track. There we go. How are we all doing? Rusty getting on in that first. How are you doing, Rusty? I hope you're doing well. Verity getting the first daily bean in, but didn't redeem the first. Missed out right there. How are you doing, Verity? I hope you're doing good. And Sid, thank you so much for a 43-month sub and a tier 2. That is unbelievably kind of you. Thank you so, so much. How are you doing, Sith? I hope you're doing well. How are we all doing? I function. Oh, how are you? Yep, that's about it. There is function. Here-ish. That is about what we got today. It's been a week. There's always been a week, but it's been a very long week. In terms of just a lot of mentally draining stuff, which is good. But luckily, I can handle all of that because of all the amazing advice from the wonderful people over here at Mind. so I'm doing okay. But yes, what is everybody else doing? How we all doing? What we getting up to today? I hope we're all doing good. But yeah, I hope we're all doing good. It is, of course, Friday. We are getting squiggy with it, with our cel-shaded squig that we are going to be working on more today. We are hopefully going to be blocking out more of the base colours and maybe getting onto some black lining. I probably think we'll just get through some more block colours on this today. That's what we're going to be getting to. But I'm very much enjoying it and very much ready to dive into the next part. I'd love to know what you're all getting up to today. How are we all doing and what we all getting up to? But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Pretty good. I was playing the game, The Last Starship. Pretty fun, like RimWorld in space. Ooh, that sounds really fun. I've not played RimWorld though. I've heard very good things about it. And for a while it was sat on my what do you call it list, my wish list for a while. But I can't remember why I never picked it up. Or maybe I did and I just forgot and it sat in my Steam library and I've got no idea what's going on with it. That's also highly probable. But no, yeah. Otherwise, I'm glad you're having some good time gaming. It's one thing I have been very bad at doing recently is gaming. I have had minimal gaming time, just stuff going on. I just haven't really had time to sit and get some gaming in. The last time I played a video game, excuse me, was not last week, the week before. When on stream we played that Blade Song game. That was the last video game I played. So it's been a while. It's been a wee while. It's a bit less complex than RimWorld, but thankfully you and your crew won't end up eating each other because they haven't learned to plant seeds. That's fair. That sounds like any space exploration game is like, well, they ate each other, and you're like, huh? Oh, that's fair. I mean, yep, that seems about right. Oh, brain melty, very melty brain today. Speaking of video games, I think there's a it's not a big Steam sale on at the minute, but I think there is I thought I saw like a From Software or Dark Souls franchise sale and a Capcom franchise sale over on or publisher sale, whichever one, over on Steam. So if anybody is after any particular video games from those places, check it out. There's loads of stuff I think on there at the moment. I think it makes sense as a Capcom one. Okay, excuse me for the yours. Maybe because the Resident Evil Requiem coming out soon, so I feel that's coming out soon. So yeah, been good, been proper plodding away at my Ent army. Did an IKEA trip. I bought my first Kallax. The post-separation reorganization of life, house, and mind is going super strong. Hell yes, and we love a Kallax. This is the only room in the house, apart from I think this is the only room in the house, apart from like the bathroom and kitchen, that doesn't have a Kallax. It used to have one in here, but it doesn't anymore. So since we rearranged, we love a Kallax. Kallax is like a board gamer and wargamer's best friend. Great storage. Really good storage, and infinitely kind of like editable as well. Like you can add in like cupboards, drawers, glass cabinets, things like that. And soon I get 2 more Kallax. You do soon. Yes, for your little workstation. Yes, just sort it out at some point. Oh, But I'm glad that is all going well for you, Sith. It's been lovely seeing you posting loads of stuff that you're working on at the minute. All of your Ents has been really fun to see. I'm excited to see them all painted up. Speaking of exciting to see things painted up, there is only 2 weeks tomorrow. 2 weeks tomorrow? 3 weeks tomorrow. 2 weeks tomorrow is the deadline for the Painting Palooza. If you haven't entered, you've got 2 weeks to get your mini all finished up. And it is to paint any miniature you like from any game system, and using the colours blue and white for our charity event in a major way. And we have a first, second, and third place prize available. So get your minis in and do !Palooza in the chat to find all the links and information on there. For it. Hopefully tomorrow mine can be drier than today to get mine primed. Let's hope. Yeah, it's been very, very, very soggy out. But yes. Oh, we can do a little cute Valentine's painting session. We could. Ah. Little Valentine's Day paint, hey. That could be fun. But yes. So I'm intrigued to know what everybody is painting up for that. I'm very, very excited to know what they're doing. I've seen that we've got a couple of whip shots have gone around, and a few people have even finished theirs so far, which has been really cool to see. So I'm excited to see what everybody gets up to with them. So I'm excited. Although I'm trying not to look at the ones that people have finished. I'm trying to be good. I normally do that kind of like after the entries close, just so I can put them all in like the list, so we can showcase them all. So I'm kind of like ooh. But yeah, but I'm very excited to see what everybody gets up to. But how are you guys going to paint anything where you're holding hands and making goo-goo eyes at each other? Just like goo. That is fair. That is fair. You got to make the goo-goo eyes. Paint with our feet. I feel like that needs to be like a forfeit for the charity thing. I will paint with my feet. And no, nobody needs to see that on stream. No, not at all. Yeah, absolutely not. Oh, I'm an innovative girly. I'll make it work. Oh, I feel if anyone's gonna make that work, it's gonna be you, Verdi. You're like, I'm gonna make it work. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna work. Oh, but yes. So I'm yawning away. It's just hit me. This is probably the first time this week I've kind of stopped. The closest I got to kind of stopping and sort of chilling this week was obviously Wednesday stream, which was good fun, but we locked in on Wednesday. We were just in a position just to get loads of painting done. It was great. And last night I managed to join some friends to play some Commander, which was for the first time in 2026. I normally try and go once a week to play Magic, and that was the first time I've been able to go. So that was really enjoyable. I managed to get to a pre-release like last month, but it's the first time I played Commander with my local group, and it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But even then, that's a lot of brain power taken away. So I'm like, whoa. The hyperfocus hit on Wednesday. It did. The hyperfocus did hit. We got a load done. So much done on this one. I mean, let's show you what we got done. We got a whole load done on this mini. Camera, what's going on? Why are you being awkward? That was so anticlimactic. I was like, camera, I did set you up before. Why are you now not working? There we go, there we go. I was like, I set this all up. Thank you, Verity, for pinning the charity message. Much appreciated. But today you need extra boost to keep you from going this grey, sleepy day. It has been a very, very grey and sleepy day. The rain has been relentless today. I think, haven't we had something like here in the UK, the longest period of uninterrupted rain? Or something. It's rained every day of 2026 or something crazy in the UK. It's like, what? So it's just wild. Absolutely wild when you think of that. You're like, what? Every single day? Madness. Madness. Raffle tickets and stickers available. They are indeed. Oh my god! Is that dog's emote? Yeah, I love that. I love that. That is true. We do have raffles and stickers still available, and of course, the higher we hit the goal, the more giveaways that we will do as well, and in hilarious forfeits. I have got a better infographic for this that I need to put up. I just haven't had a chance. I will put that up. It'll be done by Sunday stream. I'll make that promise. Rasmus, how are we doing? Lewis, chat. It's weekend! How are we doing, Rasmus? How are we, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's always raining. I think I should start to identify as a duck. That's quackers, that is. Oh. Oh, wait, I didn't redeem dad jokes. I guess I'll just have to put that on my bill. Oh no, the delirium is kicking in. I'm good. Tomorrow, Lord of Tax Evasion is going on pre-order. I'm thinking about getting him. Ooh. You think of a good old Huron backheart. Also, I love the fact that just from Lord of Tax Evasion, I knew exactly who you were talking about. That is what started the Bad Ab War. That was the whole thing. What kicked off the Bad Ab War? Tax evasion. That is fair. That is a fair one. Oh. But yes. That's that's probably maybe chuckle as. Where's my brain? My brain be not braining. Words are hard today. But yes, but we are £35 away from doing our first sets of giveaways for the charity one. Hopefully we'll hit that, and those giveaways are going to be for everybody. Basically, if you're in the chat at the time we're doing the giveaway, you're in luck. And if you have donated, you get a bonus entry as well. So that's always the good part of it, was raffling away stuff for people, which is good fun. Bonus indeedy. But for now, I have got to get painting. That's what I gotta do. I gotta get painting today. Yep. Huron, no taxation without representation. Lords of Terror, your chapter master. You have a place on the Council of Terror, Huron. I'm still doing this. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh. That blankie emote is the cutest. It's so cute. It is very, very cute. Reminded me I need to look into that giveaway tool we looked at a while ago. First stage, uni research begins. Ooh, yes, yes. No, yeah, good shout. I forgot about that. Yes. I completely forgot about that. My brain is just not braining. Rasmus giveth and Rasmus taketh. We have, of course, a bunch of new emotes ourselves, designed by the fantastic and wonderful Veritine Cakes. If you guys haven't seen them, we have a load of new emotes, both animated and non-animated, which has been so much fun to put these up. There you go. All the new emotes! Verity has done an amazing job of setting these up, which has been really cool. And of course, those emotes are the stickers that you will receive as well. Yeah! I love the excited one. Oh, I can't wait for the new Defiler to drop. The glow up is crazy. It looks fantastic. I'm intrigued to know what the price point's going to be, because the current Defiler, not that I think it's particularly available anymore, actually. Now I think about it, the current Defiler is not... I'm assuming it's sold straight away. No, it's still in stock. So the current Defiler is $54.50. I'll be intrigued to know what the new Defiler is going to be. I'm almost half tempted to grab one while it's still in stock. But I definitely don't need to be spending that money right now. But it is kind of tempting just to have one. Does what, $54.50 if you were to grab it from somewhere like Element or something. I think it's a bit cheaper. Oh, I forgot I put a bunch of stuff in my basket the last time I was on Element's website. I just put, oh yeah, I've got stuff in there. Whoopsie. My bad. That's just me like, oh yes, the thing I forgot. But yeah, definitely want to what? Yeah, I must remember I need to place that order from Element before I forget. It's like, must remember, must order, must order. It's like, because it's got primers and stuff in it that I need, which is definitely something I need to grab a few bits for. But yeah, the new Defiler looks cool. What faction are you thinking of painting it as, Rasmus? Which legion are you thinking of going for? That was a big yawn. My brain will kick in, I promise. At some point. Well, it may not be this day. There will be a day that comes where my brain kicks in. At some point. You already know the answer. Iron within, iron without. Oh, cool. World eaters. That's really cool. Oh, no, sorry. It's word bearers, isn't it? I'm just like, apparently I'm in that level of annoying mood today. You know, Erebus from the Iron Warriors, right? That's what happened, yeah. Oh, and where are we at? Right. I need gloves. I need my gloves. Where did I put my gloves? They're down here. Listen here now. Lewis is in trouble. Hi. Oh. Right. Let's get started with a few more of these block colours. I think I'm going to go in with the whites, and then I might do the browns and yellows and greys. That would be a nice thing to try and get done. I've got no idea how I'm going to do... I need to do the pinks and stuff as well. There's quite a lot of colours on here I need to get done. Erebus was a great character. Erebus did nothing wrong. That's the saying, right? Erebus did nothing wrong. Erebus was fine. Like, Erebus did nothing. Erebus was fantastic, right? Oh. Where are we at? I'm going to grab some white colours. Where have we got? So I've got the Ivory Tusk, which is currently the base. So I need to find the other whites I was going to use. So I put them somewhere. Where is the weekend? What's everyone going to be getting up to over this wonderful weekend? What were we all thinking? What we all hoping to get up to? Where did I put the... That's the white star. I was looking for where did I put the trooper white? I had another white. I just don't know where that's gone. I knocked it over somewhere, or did I put it in this pile of paints that's just off camera here? I did put it in the pile of paints. Do I need to remind you what the Iron Warriors did to the Word Bearers and Night Lords during the Drop Sign Massacre? They hung out. They were great friends. Absolutely nothing bad happened in any way, shape, or form. That's it, right? It's 100% it. Oh. Absolutely nothing bad whatsoever happened. Yeah. I guess where nothing bad happened at all. There we go. Yeah, great friends. Have faith, Word Bearer. They hugged and sang their kumbayas. Kumbaya, my Night Lords. Kumbaya. That sounds about right. That sounds about accurate to me. Can see no flaw with that logic in any way. And right. Let's get the painties all done. Whoop, painty. But yeah, as it is the weekend, what's everyone got planned in? What are we all hoping to get up to this weekend? What are we all thinking? Or has everybody got plans? Or are we all just chilling and vibing? Just cleaning an area on my wet palette so I can actually put some more paint on it. Because I've kind of weirdly spread out a lot on my wet palette. And I'm like, nah, I need to organise this. I need to make some space. I'm putting a lot of triads on here. So I'm like, I need the space for it. Chillin', vibing, and avoiding suffering. That's fair. Wait, why will there be suffering? What? Is it the weather? Is the weather what's causing the suffering? It is very grim out at the moment. I don't know what the weather's like for everyone else. Because my week has been suffering. That is true, but you're on the mend now. You're feeling better now, which is the upside. So hopefully not too much more suffering. Let's hope. Get these paints up on here. Shake it off. Shake it off. All jokes aside, there's one thing that always struck me odd about Chaos Marines. They steal gene seed from one another. That's true. It's a precious commodity, precious resource, isn't it? Does that mean there's a Night Lord out there going, I am Alfaris, Iron Warriors screaming about blood and skulls? That wouldn't surprise me, to be fair. That wouldn't surprise me. I definitely think there is an element of some of them are like, they are kind of a little bit, you know, it's so precious, it's such a precious resource in the warp, isn't it? It's not like they can get a supply restock like the or produce more like they can for the Imperium. So they're like, right. So I feel like that's got to be the logic, I think. Superweasel! How are you, my friend? Welcome, welcome. How are we? How goes things? How are we doing, buddy? I hope all is good. No, I've only just started. I've already got my hand covered in paint. Oh. Do. It sounds a bit naughty. What about them stealing gene seed from each other? Oh my. Do. How are you doing, Battle Squig? I hope you're doing okay. Getting squiggy with it over here. Just getting all these white paints marked up. So effectively what I'm going to use for the white triad, which I would normally use grey, light grey, and grey, light grey, and going to get lighter grey, is I'm going to attempt to see how it works with the white triad that's available from Two Thin Coats. Feel like maybe I should do something like Apothecary White over this to give me a good base. Maybe that isn't a bad shout. Or I've got the Holy White speed paint. I've not used that yet. No, I think I'll be okay. I'm just looking at what washes I have available. I do have a smoky grey wash actually from Two Thin Coats. Let's use that. Solo Tear coming on in with the dad joke straight away. Glad it is the weekend. That's fair, Super Weasel. I think, yeah, definitely agree with you there. I'm glad it is the weekend. Mecha, welcome on in. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh, there's even references to Imperial Marines stealing gene seed from Chaos Marines when there was none other available. Oh my. Ooh. Do. Give this a shake. I haven't tried this wash yet, so this could all go horribly wrong. This smoky grey wash. This could go horribly wrong. I'm hoping not, but who knows? Let's find out. And where am I going to put this? It's a very dark grey. Let's see how that comes out. That might be it's a very grey wash, but that's kind of the point, I suppose. Maybe I should drop a few drops of spirit medium into it. The dad jokes went through. I thought for sure with Super Weasel in the chat they wouldn't have gone through. I was like, you normally own it. And a redemption for redeeming my cardboard crack addiction. That's fair. Give me a minute to put this wash on the Mini, and while that dries, I'll sort both of those things out for you. How are you today, Solitaire? I hope you're well. How goes things? Let's put this on here. To be fair, actually, before I do anything, I probably should have done at least another coat of the ivory on here to cover up a few areas, but I think it might be a bit late for some of that now. Yeah, I'll be fine. I can patch those. Where are we at? And yeah, for some reason, rotisserie greenums are no bad toaster monkey, no traitor gene seed with Belisarius Core. That is very true. Rabute Gulliman, that's one thing that you got that we always have to remember about the Primera Space Marines. Is that Belisarius Core made Primera Space Marines of all 20 legions. So, as all 20, including the Lost and the Damned, Core was like, I was left unattended with all of this, so I'm going to use all of it. So Gulliman could potentially, you know, massively improve the size of his force for it, but he refuses to because of the he's concerned about the gene seed used for the for anything that's not a confirmed loyal chapter, which is interesting. So, that's definitely a tricky one. Gulliman's just like, no, I've got to be good just in case. And it's like, nah. Unleash everything. Do it, Gulliman. Do it. Have a massive army. But he won't. He's trying to be a good Lord Regent. I don't think I got the memo on how to paint armies. I've started doing my AOS Maggotkin the same jade bronze as my Galgus Pust. Ooh, so I'm praying that it won't take me 12 hours per mini. Oh, blimey, yeah, that's going to be a long old one, but well worth it. Hey, it takes as long as it takes, doesn't it? That's the whole point. Did it flag up Pust as part of the auto mod? It was like, no. There's like, Pust, that could be a slur. We're going to say no. The auto mod like, no. Get out my sandwich. Oh. Welcome back, newbie. How are you doing? A bad day at work, so I'm having an early night. I'm sorry to hear that, Solitaire, bless you. Well, fingers crossed, before you have your early night, we can give you a bit of a smile, possibly, hopefully, if not a smile, at least a distraction. So I always find for me. Here, which of the three things do I need? Do I need to talk about it, to distract from it, or do something, or ignore it? Whichever I can't remember. My brain was doing something. It's normally to be left alone. Do you need to be left alone with your thoughts? Do you want to talk about it, or do you want a distraction? Hopefully, I can provide the distraction. Or, but yes, it still doesn't beat when the auto mod flagged Australian as a slur. That was really funny. It just flagged up like Australian was a slur, and it was like, huh? It's like, what? That was a really funny one. And also annoyed that I can't buy stuff for a while. That's always a tough one, isn't it, when it comes to hobbying? You're sort of like, I want to pick up things, but I've got to be good and restrict my spending. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of really nice stuff that's potentially coming out. I mean, there's some cool stuff going up in pre-order tomorrow, but I'm just like, yeah, no. I've got a load of stuff at the minute. The most recent purchase was this Mangala Squig. It's the most recent thing I've purchased for the mini painting, and I've got enough stuff that I can sit and get through. I'm lucky in that respect. When I'm able to purchase, I tend to stockpile, which can definitely be helpful, but also overwhelming. It's that other side of it, isn't it, where you stockpile minis and you start going, I've got a lot to do. Of course, yeah, the dentist is never cheap. Yeah, it's always a rough one, that is. Whenever I go, it's always so expensive. It's like, even if it's just like, it's just a checkup. And I'm like, why is my bill? Why is there so many numbers? Why is there so many digits on my bill? Yeah, dentist is always an older one. But you only get one set of teeth. Well, two sets of teeth technically with your baby teeth, but you gotta look after them, I suppose. Remember, it's the only time where you clean your skeleton. Let's put that on there. It's definitely a bit of patching I'm going to have to do and fixing a few areas on this, but that is most of the wash area covered using that smoky grey wash. So that can sit here for now. Hopefully. Where are you going to sit? Ah, it fell over. I was like, I'm going to place it delicately. It falls over. I have dentist phobia, but if I did go, it probably cost me thousands. Oof. Yeah, the dentist is always expensive. You have to knock me out like Mr. T going on a plane to get me in the door. Oh, fair. But how are you doing, newbie, as well? Welcome back. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing all right, thank you. I am exhausted. In all fairness, it's been a long week. I've had to do a lot of driving about and a lot of like hosting a lot of sessions this week where I'm just kind of like talking to rooms full of people, and it's like you don't cut that plus like the drive. It always takes its toll, I find. So it's like whoa. But I'm good. I'm doing all right otherwise, though. I've got a rare moment where I haven't got the thrum of the 3D printers running while I'm just about to load up and put about 100 hours worth of prints on. So, which is always which is not a bad thing. But I'm just like, whew. I'm just enjoying the slight bit of peace and quiet to the therapeutic dragonborn of I hope you're all doing good. But yes, where are we at? You do look tired. Make sure you look after yourself. That's fair, no I do. Yeah, I spotted my reflection in the mirror earlier and I was like, wow, I look tired. Yeah, it's one of those. It's just busy, isn't it? I'm trying to make a big point of trying to get my making sure I'm posting content every day, and that's obviously an hour or two a day. You got to sit and do that, and then there's stuff. A lot's just landed at once, but be all right. We've got the big marathon stream at the end of the month, and I've got a couple of days off to recover from that. So I think I'm just going to sleep and recover at that point. So I'm excited from that side of it, which is going to be good fun. But yes. But yes, I hope you're all looking after yourselves as well. We had dad jokes redeemed. Where's the dad joke book gone? Where did it go? I still haven't found it. I feel like it's hiding from me intentionally. I don't know where I put the dad joke book. Oh wait, it's right by my foot. Let's find out what the joke of the day is. Dad joke, dad joke. The 13th of Feb, where are we at? Did you hear about the new movie on constipation? No? Well, that's because it hasn't come out. There we go. Where have we got here? Why did I get kicked out of the Apple Store? Because when I asked for an iPhone charger, I asked for apple juice. These are rough jokes. Oh, lordy. What else we got in here? Where do you learn to make ice cream? Sunday school. What have we got here? I'm worried about my maths teacher and because of how they hold graph paper. I don't know what it is, but I think she's definitely plotting something. Where are we at? What have we got here? Okay. A jumper cable walked into a cafe. The barista looked at the cable, rolled its eyes, and said, "You again?" The jumper cable simply shrugged and said, "Look, like I'm just after a coffee. I'm not trying to start anything." Oh. Oh, Lord. I think I've... some of those are so bad on this dad joke book. But yes, you... rolled its eyes. Rolled its eyes, shrugged, whichever it was. And Solitaire, you get a choice. I've got 2 packs of magic to hand. You get a choice of which one you would like to see me open for feeding my cardboard crack addiction. I have a Final Fantasy Universes Beyond play booster, or I have a Lorwyn Eclipse play booster. I've got more, but they're in the other room. That's what I've got available. Which would you like to see me open? Let me know, let me know. Do. You want me to do Lorwyn? I will do a Lorwyn Eclipsed. Okie dokie. So, Lorwyn is a really fun set. It's the current latest set from Magic the Gathering. Next month, in March, I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will be that set that comes out there next, which I'm quite excited about. I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The big pulls to pull from here are... it's all shifted about since the release is done. The pre-release has been out, and all the cards have kind of settled back into what we sort of expect the prices to be for, like, big chase cards. There's stuff in here, like any of the special guests are worth it, or you've got... where's my brain at? Hexing Squelcher, Deceit is another card that's seeing a lot of increase and spike in value at the moment. Myself, I'm hunting for a Bloom Tender. Bloom Tender is the card I'm looking for. I'm yet to pull one. I'm hoping I can pull one out. So let's have a look. Let's give you that little ASMR pack opening. Let's see what we get. And if you want to see me open packs every single day, ! Socials in the chat. I post a video every single day of me opening packs over on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you, Newbie, for gifting a sub to Solitaire. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. We're kicking off with the Gallant Foul Knight. It's one of the Kithkin ones. Don't mess with Kithkins riding a bird. The Boggart Prankster. Love that. Fetch my bow and an umbrella. Bone Cub Berserker. Mist Meadow Council. I feel that's what happens whenever you walk into like a small village pub, right? For the first time. Everyone just turns around and they're like, "You're not from around here." That's what kind of happens. Blossom Blind. That's a really useful card that was useful during the pre-release. Just basically stunning people's models, their cards, and going, that can't do anything now. The greater good. Spiral into Solitude. Paranoia can drive Kithkin to isolate themselves, and when their neighbours begin to whisper, their fears become true. Sounds like Kithkin are a bit judgy to me. Furdock Core. She's a nice artifact shapeshifter, which is kind of interesting. Dream Caesar. I love the art on this card. It's like just a little fairy, just taking away your dreams, whether it's good dreams or bad dreams. That's to be determined. But just every fae has their preference. Mine are the dreams of the most bitter and pungent, so taking away your nightmares. Everstrike's Gift. Their first encounter was luck. Their bond was fate. Moon Vigil Adherence. Some of the art in this set is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love these. Voracious Tome Skimmer. She spoils the book before you read it. Rude. Absolutely outrageous. Nobody should ever spoil books before you read them. outrageous, this voracious tome skimmer. I think we're on to the rares next. We are champions of the perfect. It's you guys. It's you guys in the chat. The champions of the perfect. And you get to behold an elf. And you get to draw a card whenever you cast creature spells. That's pretty cool. Really good card, actually. Nice for elf. Well, nice just generally. Not even just because you can behold it if you so wish. But otherwise, you get these other bonuses. Then we have... Ooh, our foil is the Chomping Changeling. Ooh. Oh, I like that. The foiling in this set is fantastic. I love how they went little bits of foiling like on the swords and the little dagger and the knife. Which is brilliant. I love that. The knight was irritated when her rations went missing and truly baffled when her new weapons started disappearing too. Dum 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 dum. We then have a plains. The colour palette on that is beautiful. The blue, the rose of the blue flowers hitting that kind of sun with the pink around it. That's lovely. And then I have a token, which is an elk or a Mutavault. Mutavault's actually a pretty sought after token. It's if you're opening Lorwyn packs and you want to don't throw away these tokens. These Mutavault ones are worth a couple of quid. Which is if you were to ever, just as a note, because I think it's one of the few Mutavaults that lurks about. There we go. Thank you for that, Solitaire. Some nice cards in here, and I think the Champions of the Perfect is pretty cool. Pretty cool. And let's pop the pack back over here. I can sort that into my bulk later on. That looked like the church group at the village I'm buying a house at. Like. I'm not a fan of the non-magic themed decks. That's fair. Yeah, they're not for everyone. Universes Beyond. I think for me, Final Fantasy had a bit of and Assassin's Creed had a bit of an odd effect where I'd not really enjoyed the Assassin's Creed games, and I've never been into Final Fantasy. But actually having those as accessible sets in Magic has kind of spiked my interest in those, which is kind of an interesting one. But not every set is it's like Magic normally, isn't it? Not every set is a theme that you're a fan of. One of those, like Spider-Man is okay. I like Spider-Man, but the set was okay. It's kind of one of them. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Waiting for this to dry, and then we can start working on some of the other bits. And yes, so let's come that to dry. This is going to need a couple of varnish layers at some point as well. Pop you down. Oh, Corvus! No! Making me redeem the beans. It is bean time. Beans, glorious beans. Beans for charity. Are we ready? So because we reached our £250 goal raised for Mind, it means that the bean command is now in play. Let's see what we've got for the Bean Boozle today. What are you? What are you? Trying to tell me what that is. I'm assuming this is either stink bug or toasted marshmallow. Not looking forward to this. Not looking forward to this. Well, let's see how we do. Oh, that's stink bug. Oh, that is. Ugh. Oh. Ugh. That tastes so grim. But it's not like a flavor. It's almost just filling my nose with like, the only way I can describe it is it's like, you know, when you empty like a really, like, you've emptied the Hoover for like the first time in a while and it's like super dusty and stale. Yeah, that's exactly what that's like, but it's like filling, it's like perfuming around my mouth because of how like strong that is. Ugh. Another bad bean. I know, I'm not good. What's the ratio now? I'm not sure actually. Well, I can't remember what we'd added the beans. Where are we at? What's the add bean at? Oh no, is it BNAT? That's 5. We definitely have had more than 5. Ugh. So, I think it is 6 so far that we've had. We've not had many. We had 2 streams where no one redeemed the bean. I was quite lucky. That's weirdly... That tastes funny. And I've had 1 nice one. So I'm on 5 to 1. Or what? Yeah, it's not great odds. Oh, it's such a lingering... That's grim. Hey, Captain Mannerings, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. His filling my nose wasn't on my bingo card for entering a stream. That is fair. That is fair. But you know what is on our bingo card? Everything here that you can check out. Thank you for that segue. Go ahead and take that opportunity right there to plug the hobby bingo on the website. 5 to 1 is nasty ratio. That's either a curse barrel or I'm in it, or I'm in for all the awesome beans at the end. Let's hope. It's pretty full. There's a lot in here. So what have we had so far? We've had the bath. We've had the stinky socks twice. The dishwater twice. No, dishwater. Yeah, twice. And then... Hold on. No, what have we had? No, I haven't had the socks. I've had dirty dishwater twice. Bath once. Old bandage once. And now we've just had the stink bug. So yeah, the nice one I got out of here I think was pomegranate. Which in all fairness wasn't actually that nice. It was just better than the rest. Oh, how are you doing today, the Captain Mannerings? I hope you're well. I'm just kind of waiting for a wash to dry at this point. I'm just having my hair dry. I like... Zzz. And then I can start working on the white areas. Doo-doo. Then I got to figure out what color I'm going to do a lot of other bits on here. To be fair, while that sits there, what I might do is I might start putting a base color on this guy. It's a nice smooth base on it. And that's a nice brush that'll do. Nice flavors, nice flavors, more dense, therefore sinking to the bottom. Maybe that's it. All the nasty flavors are floated to the top. They're like, hey. You thought we would allow this? No. I've got to have a think about what base design I'm going to do on the bottom of this. I thought that was a different colour on there. Where are we at? What is happening? What is going on? Sith! Sith! What are you... What? What is going... What? Sith, that is so much money! Sith! Donating £69 and 69 pence. Way! 69.69. Sith! That is an insane donation to mine. Thank you so much. Sith, that is mad. That gives you a couple of extra raffle entries, and of course, helps keep the side-by-side open sessions for at least an hour. Somebody gets a one-on-one in-person side-by-side session open for an hour, and people can drop into that. That's crazy, which means we have blown past our £375 goal, which means we're going to be doing a giveaway. Sith, that is insane. Can we please get some hype in the chat for Sith? Sith, that's an incredible donation. Thank you so much. Are you sure that's so much money? It's so much money. I need to get the heart done. I need to get into the heart. Hold on, let me just load up this. I'm very aware I put like 3 different colours on here, but that's fine. Let me get you your heart for the photo frame as well. Sith! Sith, oh bless you. That's the exactly right amount of money, mind you, that's exactly right, mind you, money, mind you, the work you do for Sith! You're a wholesome being, you. Thank you so much. That is an incredible amount. Like I said, that every single penny of this goes to mine, and it's an insane amount that you guys have raised already. We're halfway through the month, and you guys have raised over £400. That is insane. Thank you so much. We're not even halfway through the month. We're only 13 days into February. Right, let me get the little heart. Yeet. Oh, there's a lot of hearts. How about that? I feel like I was writing everything in like metallic markers, but I'm worried that the metallic markers are too thick. But I've started that now, so I kind of have to carry on, right? Where are we at? Let's get... Ooh. Seth, what the colours are not the colours don't mean anything. Do you have a preference of colour you'd like for your name on here? £91 until Hobby eats a bounty. Oh. Oh lordy, no, don't say that. I didn't even think about that. Like that's oh god. Blue it is indeed. Metallic blue. Oh no, not a bounty. Oh. Oh. I need to get the rest of the list up here of other things. Excuse me. Oh, it is Friday the 13th. I completely forgot about that. That's wild. And right. Let me There's Death Panda! A whopping donation. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I'm going to need a different heart. I can't fit 6969 on there. Hold on a sec. Wait, hold on. I can try. I didn't think that through. Ah, that works. 6969. I feel like I need to... I feel like I need to neaten these up somehow. I need to go back through and neaten some of these up at some point. And then a sticker. Get an orange sticker. Yeah, well, I have to eat 2 bounty. We've got more forfeits and a few more giveaways planned in as well, which is good fun. Because we've got some. So what we have unlocked there at the £375 threshold is that we are going to be doing. We've got some sets of Duncan Rhodes too-thin paints to raffle off and give away, which is really kind. So, but let's start off by putting Sith in here. Da, 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 da. There you go, Sith. You're in. We're slowly filling this up. Oh, someone's sticker fell off. We need to go sort that out afterwards. Yeah. I think you're in here, Sith. You're in here twice, Sith. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah. And then once this is filled up, it's gonna sit pride of place on the wall behind us. And I'm gonna put like a little decoration on it to be like miniatures for mine 2026. Hell yes. Right. So I will grab the paint sets and show you what they're like in a minute, because we'll take a little breather. I've got to grab them. They're in the other room. And then we can show you those and chat about giving them away. Thank you so much, though. That's crazy. So thank you so much. That's so much money. That's so much money. That's so much money. I need to put the next threshold up in a minute. I'll do that in a moment. Yeah. But I've been doing really well with life and mind wise lately, so if I could afford it, I wanted to. That's so kind of you, Sid. Thank you so much. It goes to help an amazing charity, and it's whoa, it's amazing. Thank you so much for that, Corvus. Thank you for the 16-month sub. That's lovely. Thank you so much. 16 months. That's wild. Found it bound with the back of the sofa. I love that. So look what I found. Thank you so much. I feel like I need to check what's behind my sofa. Oh. If it helps your brain, I specifically budgeted for this. It surprisingly does. I always worry. I always stress when... because you guys are always so generous when we do charity fundraisers. You're so generous all the time. But I'm always like... So thank you so much. That is an amazing amount, and that is crazy. I've got some stats on what that equates to as well. If that is, and then let me grab my list of stats. Just trying to put up layers of paint onto here. So let me show you. I've got some stats on what that equates to. So what is it? Verity donating £11 was the non-round number. Oh wait, it's 420.69. That's why. 420.69. Let's go. Verity, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much for the £11 donation. That's it. We've peaked on that number right now, isn't it? 420.69. Where did I put my pens? Where did I put the markers? Oh, they're right there. Verity, would you like to choose a colour for the photo frame? Choose your colour. I couldn't resist. Thank you so much. Well, dang, it can't be any more now unless we get to 69. Well, actually, you know what's interestingly? I do have the figure. That would mean that our lifetime channeled donations for charity, what it would be for £69.69. I did work out the figure. Hold on, I've got it on my phone. Let me find it. So for lifetime channel fundraising for this channel for across the charities we fundraised for, which is both Cancer Research UK and Mind, we had, before the start of this event, we had raised £4,889.21 for charity, which is absolutely bonkers. Which means that going into this event, if we set a new record, so the most we've ever raised is one of our miniatures, any of our charity events, the most that we've ever raised in one fell swoop has been, we raised £2,061. £2,061, we raised that at our first Miniature for Mind event. If we beat that record and raised £2,080.48 this year for charity, if we raise that this year for charity, then we would have raised £6,969.69 for charity, which is crazy. Which is mad. But it has mean though that you guys have pushed us over the threshold, so we have made, as a channel and a community, so far we have made over £5,200 for charity. That's an insane amount of money. That's crazy. You guys are absolutely smashing it. Verity would like pink. I'll put pink here. Thank you all so much. And that's all to amazing and wonderful causes. And every single penny of that goes to charity. That is fantastic. Verity. Oops. And this pink is not very bright. Cakes. It's not very bright. Are you okay? That'd be fine with it. And you donated £11. Ooh. Chuck that on here. Let's get you a sticker. We'll stick with the pink theme. Pink. Pink. And then get the photo frame back out. Ooh, where are we at? Are we ready? Are we steady? Into the photo frame you go. Let's go! I'm loving it. We are filling up this photo frame. So we're getting full. Look at everybody's names in here. Look at everyone's names in this. You guys are all absolutely smashing it. This is I'm so happy we did this. Nutman! No, 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 Nutman. Nutman. I am here, but briefly. You are here, briefly is always a pleasure. Whether you're here briefly or longly. Is that the right term? How are we doing? I hope you are doing well. How are we doing, Nutman? Where are we at? Right, let me, things. Many things. What was I doing? I can't remember what I was doing. My brain's broken for a moment. I was doing something before I grabbed that. And it wasn't just painting. I was grabbing something specifically. I can't remember what I was grabbing. Yeah, I remember something. Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna get Chinese chicken and soy noodles. Hell yes. Hell yes. If you ever have the time, I would always recommend doing find a recipe for drunken chicken. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's a really good Chinese recipe. For good chicken. I'll tell you what though, if you like, I went to Aldi. I popped into Aldi the other day, and it's their kind of like Asian themed week. And I got there. They had like crisps, and they had the like crinkle cut crisps, which were Chinese salt and pepper flavored, and they tasted just like if you ever get like the salt and pepper, like anything from a Chinese. It was quite tasty, which is good. I made a ravioli out of pierogies today. Ooh, that's cool. I haven't had pierogies in a while. That's really cool.
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
A succulent Chinese meal? Ah! Can't say the rest of that because we're family friendly adjacent. Get your hand off my Chinese meal. It's definitely not what was said. Oh, man. Otherwise, how are you doing that, man? I hope you're doing good. I hope work is going all right. And I hope everyone on all the family are all good. And just putting some paint onto here. I think this might need to end up having like a layer of like PVA or something across it at some point. Just to get it super smooth. Do. Dun. Whoop. I'm doing. Oh wait, where? I missed a bit. Yeah, I panicked for a second that I had listened to the whole blurb. Thank you for that, Barry. You're like, wait a second. Yeah, 1 second right now. I'm also just back from my LGS. I got osteoarthritis. Ooh, to turn into my first proper tech vampire. Yes. I made a variation which was marinated in additional sherry and brandy. Ooh. I would like to do another cooking stream again. I did really enjoy it. I don't know how you guys felt about when I did that random cooking stream last year, and we did the one on Christmas Eve. I really enjoyed it. It was nice to just kind of like share one of my many other passions with yourselves, which was really good fun. I would like to do another one. I'd have to get some ideas of what you guys would like to see me cook or bake. We could do a cook-along one where it's like... where are we here? I still have bits of Ivy of Olga left to splice. Ooh, that's going to be cool splicing. That's going to be cool splicey splice. We've managed to make some progress on the old Squigy Squig. And so we've got some of the blue layers in now, and we're just working on some of the white layers next. So we've been slowly getting through the squigs. Gonna work on these ones down here. So I'm excited. Can I be the presenter again and chat with a wooden spoon? Yes! It was a good time. I did enjoy it. It was good fun. And it was nice to... I always enjoy doing streams with you, Rarity. It's always good fun. Was it you've been blown away by Mohawk Miniatures anniversary stream? Was that? Well, it was a few weeks ago, wasn't it? Remember a little while back? I do occasionally lurk in Mohawks. If I remember, that's the main thing, is that whether I remember to lurk or not is the other question. Right, start putting in some more white on here. So this is still an off-white, if you can believe it. It's still an off-white that we're filling this with. It's going to be a little bit hard to see on the camera. Oh, the end of April. Fair enough. I can't remember what it was. I saw the squig on your Instagram. It's looking good. Oh, thank you now, man. That means a lot. Thank you. I mean, I'm excited to see what you do next on yours. I feel like I can't open a social media platform without seeing the stuff that you've kit bashed. I love it. I mean that in a genuinely lovely way. I'm always like, what's that man been up to now? I always get excited to see what you've been getting up to. Yeah, I'm hoping that Wednesday we just kind of locked in on the squig. It was like, right, I want to get a load done today, and I actually did, which was kind of a surprise. I was like, wait a minute, I actually got quite a lot done today. I was like, what is wrong? Wait, that's not like me. I don't normally lock in like that for painting away. I'm normally too busy chatting and being distracted. Why do I keep buying new brushes and finding the old ones the same size I forgot I had? Oh no! Verity does that with crochet hooks, I always find. No, I feel like I'm calling you out now, though, really. That's fair. I do that with crochet hooks, they're never in my pouch, and if I like to buy it, the original reappears. Yeah, I do that with, so much just random stuff. What did I do with a while ago? I did it with, I got into a weird habit of doing it with paint. I kept thinking I didn't have a paint at home, and then I would be like, oh no, I did have it. Like, well, fudge. Although that's annoying. I was like, where's that paint gone? Oh, wait, there it is. I called myself out first. Uno reverse. I love that Uno reverse emote. It's such a good emote. But we will be doing a giveaway in a little bit to raffle off these these lovely paint sets. It's like some starter paint sets from Tooth and Coats that they sent us. So we'll be raffling those off in a little bit. And that's why I use the Citadel app. I know I want where are we at? That's why I use Citadel app there. That way I know what I want to do and what I don't have to. Yes. Yeah, I feel like there's some good ones for tracking paints. Brush Rage is another really good app for tracking what paints you have. And just generally tracking your models and paint recipes. That's a really good one. That's Hendaren's app. It's free on most platforms. I think it's free on every platform, I think, actually. There's a one specifically for iOS called Wall Figure Case. And that also allows you to store paints in there as well as models, which is quite good. I use that to kind of catalogue my minis. Because I'd already started using that before I got onto using Brush Rage. Otherwise, I probably would have used Brush Rage from it. So, yes. Dun, dun. Ooh. Start blocking stuff in here. And do. And I've got another white that I'll go over this with. Much more brilliant white at some point. And then we've got to have to black line it all. Whew! And ooh. My thing gone weird again? No, I think it's fine. It's on here. Oh, I don't know if you guys are seeing the white transitions on here as I'm filling it in. That's why I like if I have all the TT combat paints. Can't miss something they don't make. That's true. I feel like ironically I'm a similar way like that with the Two Thin Coats ones right now, except for the fact that some of their grimdark whites would be really good for what I'm doing right now, and it's the one paint set I don't have from them. Is their grimdark white grimdark set, and I'm like, ooh. Doop, doop, doop. Like I definitely need to. I'm quite tempted to pick them up. I've still not used many of my tabletop combat paints yet. Also, what's the chances that we have two paint ranges out at the moment that both have TTC as the abbreviation? But yes. So it's like, who'd have thought? Get that filled in down there. Where are we at? The my brain. Oh man, my brain at the minute. I feel like I used all my energy locking in on Wednesday stream. Right now I'm just like so my brain's just like, what are you doing? You need sleep. I'm like, I'm fine. I've got this. I got this. We get the painty paint on. We're gonna paint on. Do get your paint on. And I know talking about paint organization, that I know Super Weasel had a really good strategy for a while. I don't know if they still use the same thing now, where they were storing their paints in, you know, the old giant GW case, which had like the little square slots in it. Basically just storing all the paints in there kind of like alphabetically, which I always thought was really impressive. So they were like, right, I know which paint I'm looking for. If it's not in my case, I don't own it, sort of thing. And it was like, that was always a good strategy to use. But then we don't think about paint organization sometimes. It's like, wait a minute. Oh. But yeah, generally just like organize. I'm always intrigued. I mean, about how people choose to kind of store stuff at the moment. Anyway, how they catalog their minis, what they store at the minute, how they're doing stuff is always impressive. I'm learning that a lot of people use spreadsheets to store everything. You know, their minis, how much they've got to get through at the minute. There's definitely some good apps out there, but I feel like when you're trying to log stuff, sometimes a spreadsheet is just your friend. Log everything in a spreadsheet. And concentrate a bit there. And now where are we at? I'm just gonna refresh my chat because I feel like okay. I did. I thought OBS had desynced from the Twitch chat. Hold on, let me try and catch back up things. I'm pretty good. I even remove them from my inventory when they're done, so I can add them to my wish list. That's good. Lewis, how much do you like anime? I forget. I like anime. I like a casual amount, I'd probably say, if that makes any sense. Like, I've just finished watching Free Ren, which I really enjoyed. I watched the Rising of the Shield Hero. I've seen the first 3 seasons of Sword Art Online. Like, it depends on the scale of anime. What are you thinking? I've seen most of Attack on Titan. Haven't seen the final season of Attack on Titan yet, actually. Some of the big ones I've never really seen, so I've not watched One Piece. I know of One Piece, but I've not watched it. What are we thinking? Why? I'm intrigued. Ooh, Mantic can bring out a Ghost in the Shell game. Oh, that's good to know. That's going to be very cool. I'm intrigued to see what the sculpts for that are going to be. It's going to be very cool. Well, that's going to be very cool. Have they given out any sneaky renders of anything yet, or is it just more they've announced it's going to be coming? No cool on the minis yet, just an editing mentioned in this week's newsletter. Ooh. Where on the scale do you sit? Newbie level of using apps to track inventory management, or Maggots' plastic bucket? Yeah, where in the paint organization does everybody sit? The plastic bucket or app management? Whereabouts on that scale? I feel I probably am closer to the bucket than I like to realize. Once they look organized behind me, I probably couldn't tell you what's where. And I definitely have a box of just paints somewhere as well. Trying to neaten some of this up while I'm here. I have a paint rack, so somewhere in the middle. I got myself a scatters board and paint holders and some IKEA hooks to put the tube paints in, and they're all in color order. Nice. That's one thing I always want to know, like, how do you guys organize your paints? Mine are behind me. The two Think Coats ones especially are, you've got wave 1 across the top, then wave 2 and wave 3. And they're in their wave order, rather than like in a whole color gradient scale. How do you guys organize your paints? I'd like to know. Dun, dun, dun. Let's put that on there. Let's just start getting some extra sections of white on this one. So it's probably not the easiest thing for you guys to see me painting white, so I apologise if it's not you can't. It doesn't look like I'm doing anything. And remember, no matter how you store your paints, there's no shame. It's however you store it. What's what works for you is what works for you. Same with your minis. I always like just seeing what other people do. More curiosity. Like, some things I'm quite meticulous about. Like, where possible, if I can keep something alphabetized, I tend to. Like, all my video games are alphabetized by name of the game, rather than like by like publisher or anything. So all my video games on the shelves, they're all alphabetized. Some things I'm quite meticulous about, but a lot of stuff, you wouldn't think of it. Sometimes it's just a pile of things. Bit more organized chaos is probably where I sit on the organizational scales. Let's put these on here. on white on white. It is there, I promise. I am painting something. So everyone uses a pizza box for 100 zombies, right? 100. I used to use a shoebox for my my termagants for when I used to run. So my termagants or my hormagants. So when I used to run the tervagan spawn, where I just ran like 3 tervagans for Tyranids, and like I just rolled dice all the time to be like, let's go. Yeah, the classic. Same with my my old. I used to run the back when the Death Guards when they could take the Finecast Typhus model. I mean, they still could now technically, but where Typhus turned people into plague zombies, they turned like cultists into just melee walls that were like toughness 4, feel no pain on a 5-up, and just a wall of zombies, and you could take like 150 of them for like a tiny portion of your army. That was always really fun. I just have a box of here's all my cultists. Have fun now. Is that still a list? I know there's Poxwalkers exist now. I don't think that really works for Typhus anymore. He doesn't have his like plague zombie army style. He just takes Poxwalkers. Yeah, these lists were never very good. They were just funny. It's like, you try and kill as much as you can. I don't think you can. And does it have the pizza in? There are rumors it did. I guess you can top it up if needed. Pizza. Pizza. Welcome back, Super Weasel. Thank you for the unlurk. How are you doing, buddy? Please add your tears to this bottle, please. I will keep them for later. Citadel similar colours together for base and layers, and then I have the contrast and shades together. 2 thin coats in the triads, and Army Painter are just together, as I only have the odd metallic and speed paints, and a few odd colours. That's fair. Yeah, I kind of keep everything together by brand, and then how I organise it in there is kind of always a bit of a random one. I try and do like colour, buy like kind of sort of colours. If there's triads available, I'll use those. If not, I just kind of go, well, this is roughly about right. You did the yeah, paint storage can be tricky sometimes, depending on how much you're storing and how you work as well. I have a drawer unit on my desk. Drawer 1 is tools, drawer 2 is base and shades, and 3 is layers and contrast. Ooh, that's a good way of doing it. Is that one of the is it the Alex drawers, the ones from IKEA that are really like perfect for fitting in like both dropper bottles and Citadel paint pots? I've seen some really cool like 3D prints for storage like areas for those boxes, which is really cool. But I don't have an Alex drawer. But I was like tempting. Doing good. About to make some Rice Krispie squares. Ooh. Do you know what I found out the other day? I found out that Ricicles had been discontinued. I was like, what? I had no idea Ricicles had been discontinued. I was so sad. I was like, Ricicles were like just they were just Rice Krispies that were pre-covered in sugar. The Ricicles were as Frosties are to cornflakes. Ricicles were the same to Rice Krispies. Apparently they've been discontinued and I'm really sad about it. Let's get this blocked on in here. It is from IKEA. I don't know which one though. It's the one that sits on the one end of the desk instead of Alex. I think that probably isn't Alex. I think that's normally what people use that one for. Which is why people are like, oh, wait, we can store paints in it. It was super useful. Yeah, I was quite tempted to try and look at maybe getting one for in here, but I was like, nah, we've already got a little Mick drawer and that does the job, and I've got, luckily with the shelves behind me, I don't really need to have something under the desk. Depends on where you get more paints, which I definitely don't need. I do not need more paints. I have an Alex drawer. They were worth getting a hold of, especially if you need legs for a worktop. Yes. My partner has almost over a PA in the front of her. I pull from wherever I can in the current desk to use a rack. Like, let's go. Grab what you can. Like, let's do it. Let's get this nice area blocked on in. So, how did everybody's Friday the 13th go today? Did everyone have a good day, bad day? Is anyone particularly superstitious in the community? I suppose I'm really not sure if anybody is particularly superstitious. I want to grab some Alex drawers to move the computer onto some to free up some space. That's fair. That's not a bad idea. Like being able to put the Linmon tops and the random desktops from IKEA on top of them does work really well. And there's some really cool, because I know you got your own 3D printer newbie, there's some really, really cool prints if you end up getting those for the drawer inserts that work really well. There's like files now where you could 3D print your own kind of Scadis style pegboard and the attachments that go with that, which is like, what? Just like to hold the Pro Acryl. I've not got many Pro Acryls. The ones I've had I've been quite impressed with. Although I feel like I got an unusual batch of a bad titanium white. I feel like no matter how much I've ever shaken it up, it is always chalky. And everyone was like, it's the go-to white. I thought the first part of it I had was fine, and the second part, I think maybe it just had been an old one or hadn't been stored at the shop correctly or something. But I do like them. Their Pro Acryl Jade is a gorgeous colour. I have a positive out of it today. It's only 30 days until I go back to Disneyland Paris. Hell yes! Back to Disneyland. I've never done a Disneyland. I'm kind of I would like to at some point. I just haven't done one at all. Another one onto the bucket list. Do 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 do. That's blocked in. I'm getting there on the first layer of white, nearly. Well, technically it's the third layer of white, because we did the base layer, then we did, which was the ivory, then we did the wash, now we're going in with the mid-tone. So technically it's the third layer of white. There's lots of whites. I have a 3D printed SCADA type board already. I just need to mount it on the backboard of the printing area. Nice. I haven't printed one off myself yet, although I am slightly tempted. I enjoyed printing off this week one of those bag clips where it clips onto the bag, and then it has like the little screw top that goes into it. Because at work we have we always opening bags of coffee beans to put in the coffee machine, and basically there's always one or two people who are a little bit aggressive at opening the bag, and they split the bag. So you can't then pour in coffee beans without them being everywhere. So I was like, right, I'm solving this. So I just put the print on overnight. And it's like one of those like bag clips, keeps it sealed, but gives everyone a pouring spout to pour the coffee beans into the coffee machine. I was like, done. It's a good file. I need to find one that's big enough for use of like pasta and stuff. That'd be really good. Need a bigger opening on it. So to be fair, I could just scale up the one I've got rather than me trying to find one with a longer handle. Although, yeah, considering how long I've had my 3D printers for, I feel I'm still in this weird mindset where I only use them for hobby-related stuff, and I'm like, oh, I kind of forget that I could do so many useful things with this. Like I printed out a new lampshade the other day because I needed one. Or I thought it was going well, but now I've heard the C-suite have taken interest in our current project. Oh no! Temp deviation, yeah, I like the stuff, but I still use a scattering of Citadel, Vallejo, and a few other brands. Yeah, I feel like it's the best way to be. Is each brand is good at doing a certain thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong if people want to use just one brand of paints. That's completely fair. But I definitely feel that most people will very rarely stick to just one brand. And if they do, it's like it's probably because it's what's accessible to them. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm such a hobby butterfly. I'm the same with my paints, but I do find myself diverting at the minute that the two thin coats ranges from the Kickstarters currently do meet most of the needs I have. Although once going into kind of March, I am quite tempted to use the. I picked up some of the Vallejo True Metallic Metal colours when I was last at Element, so I'm slightly tempted to give them a whirl, maybe on some of the Dark Water minis. Let's see how they come out. Oh, and the Dow, that's true, the Dowls were good. If we were talking about Kallaxes earlier on, Sith bought their first Kallax, saying that the when I was moving the rooms around, I broke the one of the shelves on the Kallax, so I was like, oh no, and I was like, great, I've got to go all the way to find some wooden dowels, and Verity was like, just print some, surely there's you can print some. So one of our Kallaxes is held together with instead of wooden dowels, it's 3D printed moss green dowel rods instead. It's like, it's so useful. Right, now with a much more brilliant white. I have two lampshades, light switch covers so they're not turned off as I have an automation for them, and even fixed a focusing tube for my telescope. Had to design myself, all with 3D printing. There is so much you can do with it, and I always forget sometimes how much I can do. I'm always just like, ooh, new things for the web store, let's go, which is not a bad thing to have. I'm just sort of like, should probably do some more stuff. Not sure if this white star there's enough of a distinction on this white. To find out as we go. If there's not, I'll switch out to the maybe the Pro Krill one we were chatting about before. Still got to remember, there's still got black lining to go all over this, so don't need to worry too much about if the colours don't pop out or not. My Xbox 360 PC has loads of custom mounts going through it. Yeah. That's so cool, though. I love that you're using that. I still feel like the 360 was like quite literally the golden age of gaming, you know. There were so many good games that came out at that time. I just realised you guys are spending most of the time staring at the top of my head. I need to, I was talking about 3D printing, I might sort out a mount or something so I can have the camera sideways again. I feel like you guys just sit and stare at the top of my head the whole time. Oh yeah, and your Steam Deck holder, that's true. I forgot about that. Steam Deck holder was a good one. Yeah. I think sometimes I just forget I can print cool stuff. I'm like, oh wait, I have a problem. I can solve that, but with a bit of 3D printing. I'm like, wait a second. That's blocked in. Ooh. Still think the wild part of this, I've still got to go back over at some point and do this all again with the black lining and the hash marks. Whew. I bought a heckin' hand server. I bought a second-hand server off eBay. Didn't have the drive sleds. 3D printing to the rescue. Yeah. I've got a friend who does server installs and kind of like lays like Ethernet cables and stuff as his own business that he does. And he was saying that he recently bought himself a 3D printer because some of the parts that he uses now just don't exist. So he's just having to design them himself. And he's like, well, that's saving me a load of money, which is good. And there's so much good use out there for it. They are useful. And they're getting more and more and more affordable, 3D printers are as well. They are getting incredibly more affordable. And I think FDM is getting to the point now where more and more people are trying to use FDM printers to make minis on there rather than using, you know, resin always had the detail advantage. I think it still will. But I think people are now are much more happy to sacrifice a little bit of detail to make without having to do all the cleanup. Funny enough, a bamboo is on my wish list because I have many terrains to print, and as much as I love my resin printer, it takes it all. Yeah, that I can get that. Which bamboo are you looking at? You thinking an A1 or an A1 mini, or are you thinking of going big like a P1S or something? I'm so tempted with the Elegoo Century Carbon, less than £300 now. That is true. Well, if you do go for it, I will be shamelessly plugging this. We are Elegoo affiliates. So if you do decide to pick something up from Elegoo, use that link and it gives us a little kickback at no extra cost to yourselves. But no pressure if you don't. It's just nice if you do. Because all of the ones we use for the web store for resin printers are all Elegoo printers, so I cannot recommend them enough. I have seen the Century Carbon though, it is very tempting. Either the P1S or the P2S. The AMS is too tempting, partly though because I'm lazy and partly because it looks and works cool. That is true. I've got a P1S with an AMS system. So I've got the P1S with the AMS combo, and it is very good. It has its quirks, but it is the much easier. It depends what you want to do, really. I think the Bamboo is great for if you just want to plug and print, which is very much what I wanted. I didn't really want to tinker and get under the hood too much. I was happy just like, I'll plug and print. I just want to get stuff printing, and I think that's where Bamboo do fantastic with. It's consistent. But whereas if you're a bit more, you like to get under the hood of stuff, technical minded, there's definitely other printers that are just as good, but just need a little bit more of that kind of tinkery, techie brain, if that makes sense. And I'm very happy with my P1S though. I think it's great. And I think AMS is pretty good. Being able to store 4 filaments in there is useful. I just wish it had a dryer feature where you could use it as a dryer. But I love the fact that some of the first things I printed out were like little storage trays in there for silica beads and to keep desiccant to make sure that the filament doesn't dry out. It was very cool. Mostly it's wireless printing, gaming accessories, and flexible dragons and awesome yarn balls. Yarn balls! I'll take a yarn ball. The new AMS does. I've got the older AMS, so I've got... slightly flip. I've got that one. Oh no, my camera flips. That one over there. I've got the P1S in older AMS. So whilst it does help keep stuff like in there, it doesn't have a dryer feature, annoyingly. Yeah, sadly, it doesn't have a inbuilt like dry my filament function. The actual printer itself you can use to dry your filament, but there's the AMS2 has a dryer mode. That's frustratingly doesn't. I have a Prusa MMU3, and you can use 5 filaments, but the filament is in the open and it's manually loading. Ah, that's fair. Yeah, that's the auto loading for 4. You could do 5 if you put one on the back, and of course you can daisy chain the AMS. You can daisy chain the AMS, which is good. Yeah, luckily they only sell the new AMS. Yeah, I was slightly tempted to, at one point, to upgrade my AMS system. But the only reason I didn't in the end was because I already have a dryer. So I was like, I'm just kind of... I've already got the setup I need. But yeah, because I've had my P1S for... Ooh, how long have I had the P1S for now? Oh, I'd say close to 18 months, if not longer. So yeah, I must have just missed before they did the new one. I did, yes. Yeah, I 3D printed the desiccant modules that go in there. So they sit in there, which is quite cool, which I probably need to change the desiccant in them. So I've got these ones in there. I printed them in orange and blue, of course, in the Hobbytime colours. Yeah, these little ones. And they just open them up. Desiccant goes in. And there's ones of different sizes, which is really cool. And... sit back down. That's fair. If I don't have a dryer, the new AMS is just a no-brainer. Yes, yeah, I completely agree. I've got like a small. It was on offer. I think it was like a Prime Day deal or something. I managed to pick up a small Cre-LT drying unit, which also acts as an AMS if you wanted it to. You can. It holds 2 spools and it can dry them. But then they have the feed tubes out, so I can connect that into the tubes of the Bamboo if I wanted. It's okay. It does the job. I'm glad that for the dryer I didn't spend more than 30 quid on it. It does the job. That's kind of it. I think it's just more getting into the habit of when I'm not using filament, or if it doesn't stay in the AMS system, those filaments end up getting vacuum sealed. with like little packs of desiccant and silica in it. So it's trying to keep that storage to help reduce it as much as possible. Because it is one of the biggest things I find is humidity. Every time like I've had like an issue with a print, my first port of call is always to like recalibrate the printer, do this, do that, and then I always end up going, when was the last time I checked how dry the filament was? Okay, let's chuck it in the dryer for a couple of hours, and oh, lo and behold, it's fine now. He's blocked in. There we go. I 3D printed a dry box that you can mount to the side of the Prusa Core 1. I think mine are due to be swapped out. Ooh, that's cool though. I considered printing an Earthworm Jim model for the Blueser. Oh, with the blue and white. That's cool. I like that. But that's fair. That is this. There's no requirement to enter for the Blueser. It's cool if you do, but if you don't, as long as you're here chilling out, that is all good by me. Yeah, especially with your dentist bill, that's tricky. Yeah, well, I wasn't sure what model to print to paint up and give away. To be fair, I was very tempted to print up something at one point. I'll print something off the web store and paint that in blue and white. And then we were in our local games workshop, and I spotted this, and I was like, "Oh, that's the idea. I think this would look great in the blue and white." Plus, everyone loves a squig. It's my first ever Mangler squigs, and they're going off to a new home. No. This is gonna be like one of like the my favorite things I've like painted or something, where I was like, damn it, I should have entered this into something just for the entertainment value. Speaking of entering competitions and stuff, I'm really excited. I'm going back to Fen Model Show this year in July, which is really awesome. Hopefully get to see some of the amazing people I saw last year, and also see some fantastic minis. I'm excited to see what people are going to enter. It's kind of that point at the minute now where we're kind of seeing what models we're going to see quite a lot on the competition circuit, I think, this year. Not that I am ever in any of those. I'm nowhere near that good of a painter. Have you seen the new polyvinyl alcohol filament designed for water-soluble supports? Oh, that's cool. I've seen that there's been water-soluble supports, filament, and resin around for a while. But I've never used any of them. That sounds cool. To be fair, a lot of the stuff I print tends to be support-free, or if it is supports, you can normally take the supports off pretty easy. If the layer between the PLA and the support, if you use something like PETG or another something in that area, it kind of makes the supports a little bit easier to pull off. Yeah, I find that a lot of people tend to design in mind with filament printers that stuff prints support free where possible. So I've been very lucky in that respect. But yeah, occasionally though, you do get them old. You need those little detailed supports. I'm intrigued by like the water soluble part of it. You can get PVA water soluble filament for supports too. I've got a spool of one that came with the printer in like the starter set that I never actually used. I wonder if that's that one. It's like a clear, transparent filament that's meant to be used specifically for supports. I wonder if that's the similar sort of thing. I've never used it yet though. Okay. It's not nowhere near as noticeable as it was for the blue. but the white has now had all the detail on there, on the underside as well. That's all 4 colours of white. Just got to do a bit of neatening up in a few places. Let's get that slotted in here. Slowly getting there with this. Just a little bit there. It's just. Okay, I'm back. I'm full of Chinese chicken and ready to kit bash. Hells to the yes. Guess who's back? Back again. Nah, man's back. Tell your friends. Nah, man's back. Nah, man's back. Nah, man's back. Oh. You do. Do. And okay, I've got some of the colours on my palette. I might do some of the yellows while I'm here. To be fair, it's probably better if I go and do the black, the black or the brown leather first before I start painting in all these yellows.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Jump, you got me then.
Shady's back. Tell a friend.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, newbie. They probably got me there. Thank you for the biddies. That's incredibly kind of you. Right, let me get my... What should I work on next? I might do the pinks, because the pinks are going to be pretty in your face. So I've used Perisher Pink as the base. And I've got Hot Pink and Neo Pink. And then I want to go over this with some sort of maybe a red wash, or I've got a familiar pink speed paint. What's the right wash to go over? I mean, I could just keep using the red wash. We've got that cyber pink as well, actually, if I want to go even brighter. And where are we at? Orange glaze, purple glaze, red glaze, red wash. Red will be quite nice and dark, actually, if I do the red. Give us a good shake. Oh, so much squealy, so much squeaky. We be getting there. Do. Chicken. Let's go with... I'm going to put the wash over here. It's not as a big area as the other ones. Dun. I am very happy with how that white's come out. Hopefully, when by the time I've added in all the other colours, it's going to look a little. All the black lining, it's going to pop a little bit more. No, Corvus making me eat the beans. No, you bean mean. Let me get this wash on, and then I'll eat a bean. Just trying to think. What if one of Milkshake's hair has got stuck in this model? pair of tweezers? I do right there. It's bean eating time in a mo. There we go. Right, let's put a nice dark, nice red wash on this. Let's get the shadows on here. I think the trickiest part of this is trying to be a little bit careful with not going too many places, and also realizing how much I actually need to neaten up of this model on the pink. It's fine, I got this. Can we make it 6-1? Oh, I hope not. Let's hope not. But probably, knowing my luck at the minute with the beans. That'll be it. Very much that'd be the case. Beans, 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 beans. And... few areas that's a little bit neatened up, I think, now. Just making sure I'm getting these covered in. Okay. Back at it again. Doesn't really matter too much if I accidentally hit the teeth with it. I'm going to have to repaint the teeth anyway. It's more about just getting these base colours on here. Squiggy, squiggy. If we get to 10-1, can we get a bonus bean? Bonus beans. There is a one of the forfeits on the marathon stream. There is a double the beans forfeit I've got planned. If we hit certain thresholds, I'll have to double the beans. Maybe we make it that so it's 2 beans every time it's redeemed instead of 1. I'm not looking forward to it, but it's all for a good cause, so it is what it is. Do it all for a good cause. Beans, 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 beans. So much. Oops. So much mouth. Mouth. There's a lot of mouth on this squig. So that's, have you ever seen the sketch from the, where he's like, and would you like a paper or plastic bag with that? And then the hamster just sort of stares at him and goes, mouth. And just consumes like all of the food, just all the shopping at the supermarket, which is like, so whenever I hear mouth, that's all that always makes me laugh. Painting the inside of this mouth is going to be tricky, but I like a challenge. Dun, dun, dun. Right. Okay, that's the pink wash on there. Let's put this down for a mo. And then let's take the bean. Another bean. Please be a good bean. I've had 5 bad beans, I think. 5 bad beans. Whoop. Okay, let's see what we get. Let's give it. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I ended up with a double bean. Oh god, which one am I going to have? I've got either booger or juicy pear, or the other one I think is dead fish or strawberry banana? I feel like that looks like a different one. I'm not sure. Double no. Let's do this. I think so. That one's the juicy pear or the booger. I think that's pear, but I don't like pear, so I was kind of losing either way. It doesn't taste super gross, so I'm thinking maybe it's not, anything bad. This one, though, is weird, because it's got, like, light speckles on it. But it's a much darker colour than some of the others, so let's find out, shall we? Let's go. That's a liver and onions. That's so grim. Oh, that's gross. I thought it misled me. They look so much darker. I'm not good. Not a good time. It's not good. Oh, that's grim. It's so irony. I'm okay for the moment. Thank you, Verity, though. Oh. It's just so iron-filled. It's like, ugh. That's grim. Why is it lingering? That is true. You did ask for a double bean. I didn't have to do the double. I just chose to do it. Oh. Blech. Blech. It's not a good time. It's just so like... It's just so lingering. That's horrible. Oh, that's gross. That was deceptive as well. I was half expecting that to be like a weird, like, dead fish or something, but that instead was like liver and onions, and that was just... Ugh. Bleh. Bleh. Not a fan. Not a fan. No, 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 no. Oh, it's just there. It's just constantly there. Go away, go away. Coffee, coffee. That'll get rid of it, right? Is it because you secretly love the beans? I liked baked beans. Not them beans, though. I'm up for baked beans. Ugh. For the double bean forfeit, are you classing a 2-bean request from the tub, or a pure number of beans? I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe we just do 2 each from the tub, but then there was a part of me going, like, if we hit a crazy amount, maybe I'll do a full-blown, let's do, what's the word for it? Do a full-blown, like, right, we've had 20 beans so far, let's or 10 beans or whatever, 15 beans, let's consume more beans. I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. I've got a list written down. Wah. That was grim. That was grim. That's grim. What is the next donation goal? I haven't updated it. The next donation goal is for £500. I have to eat a bounty. So yes, we are going to do the paints giveaway. We've unlocked the paints giveaway. If I don't do it today, we'll do it on Sunday stream. I have to find the paints and figure out how we're going to raffle them off. That's what we need to do. For it. Which means so... yeah, but the next one is I have to eat a bounty in... because we're currently at 420.69. 420.69, so which means that we have... What we got? £79 and... 79? No, 70... Yeah, £79 and... 31 pence? Yeah, £79 and 31 pence, I think, is roughly around that. And then I'll have to eat a bounty. Oh, I'm so not looking forward to that. That might not sound like much of a forfeit. I despise bounties. I'm so not a fan. 80 quid and we gotta keep the 60p at 69p. True. Oh. Well, where are we at? So, right. Blech. My mouth's just like... Blech. Blech. This is not a fun time. Let's go with how to do this. And I wonder if that still works. It does still work, I think. Maybe? Just trying to work out something here. I think it does still work. Is it time for a break? Possibly. We don't, depending on how long we go for on a Friday. Sometimes we don't do the break if depending on where we're at. But I'm just trying to think. To be fair, I do need more water because of the beans one, so we might take a short BRB and go from there. But yeah. I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, I'll take a short BRB now. That'll give this wash time to dry. Then we can do the pink, and then we'll see where we're at after the pink. So let's pop that on there for now. And yeah, we'll take a short BRB, grab a snack and a drink. You know the deal. And we will see you in a moment. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we be back. How are we all diddly doing? So it took a little longer on my BRB than planned because I have slightly messed up. I was sent 2 small boxes from 2 thin coats, which I assumed was 2 different paint sets to give away. It is not. It is 1 large starter set. So I had to try and figure out what I was going to do for that one. So because I've got on my pile of things to give away, because it was 2 of things, we were going to do 1 during the month and then 1 as during the marathon stream. I need to rethink how I'm going to raffle off that big prize of paints, as it's 1 big start set. So what we're going to do now is we are going to do a raffle off for everyone who's here in the chat, and we're going to do a raffle off for a gift voucher instead, and then it gives me time to think about how I'm going to redistribute that. I hope that makes sense to everybody. If that makes sense. Many thoughts there. I saw the 2 small boxes and just assumed there was 2 of the same paint set, but it's not. It's like 1 set of 12, which is a really nice set of paints. So yeah, if that makes sense. Where are we at? Let me grab my thing. Welcome back. We have 2 boxes does imply 2 sets, not 1 set, but we only had 2 small boxes. Where are we at? So, where is my list of things? Do. Yeah. So does that make sense for everybody? I think that kind of makes sense. I feel like I need to rethink, and my brain is not. I'm so tired. My brain's not in the rethinking mode. So I'm trying to think. Yeah. No, it's a bit awkward. It can't be split because of how the paints are in it. There's not an even way to split it. So it's like trying to split like a standard start set where you get like a couple of metallics, you get 1 wash, and then some base colors. I feel like it's not gonna get split that way well, unfortunately. I feel it's not. It would be different if I had 2 metallics and 2 washes in there. I would have split it and gone, well, these go with this metallic, these go with this other metallic. But that's not, yeah, because it's a whole complete set. They've just shipped it in 2 tiny boxes. Right, and it's me. It's on me. It's entirely my fault. I assumed there was 2 sets. That's entirely on me. That is. So, I'm trying to think about how to redistribute that for it. Yeah. So I think so it's one of those. So I think what I'll do is while I rethink about how to do that one, let's do a raffle now. Hey Prom, how you doing? My suggestion is any box out the closet of potential. No. Wanted me to raffle off my own stuff? Outrageous! How dare you! I plan to eventually get through most of that at some point. In all fairness, though, there is actually a box or 2 from there going on to the big thing. So for it, so I have got a couple of spare bits going up, which would be good fun. I feel like you guys are very confused by mine and Verity's support of each other's hobbies. It's being like, Verity would approve of that. No, don't think so. I feel like we're very supportive of our both hoarding hobbies. Where are we at? Yeah, Verity's like, yeah, do you guys not know me at all? Oh, how are you though, Prom? How are you? I hope you're well. How are things? Where are we at? So, okay, so let me get this sorted in the background here. And as I'm going to try to do some copy and pasting. Yeah, it's not going to work. Can I not export that list? That's annoying. I'll be the one that would have to take it to the post office, and I don't want that inconvenience. That's fair. Yeah, my work hours are Is the post office open? Yes. Well, then you're working, so you never get to go to the post office. And I'm like, aw. Verity is often very kind to allow to take stuff to the post office on my behalf. But yes. Do. And did that not get updated? I'm just trying to find my list of things. Anyway, we'll be playing playing Stallcraft X and been really enjoying it. What's Stallcraft? I've not heard of that one. Is that like a? I'm intrigued. Right, let me figure out and get this sorted. Staring at something here. I'm like, where is ooh. It's a free-to-play extraction shooter MMO. An extraction shooter MMO is interesting. What, kind of like Arc Raiders or something? That sort of style. Like, you know, it's not like an MMO, but you extraction shooter online. That sort of style, maybe. And where are we at? Let me try and where do I put it? I'm just looking for many things. I'm just trying to find many things. Yes. Sorry, I'm just racking my brains is the best way to do this. Right. And is that gonna work? Sorry, I'm just trying to get my giveaway thing working properly in the background. Very much like Arc Raiders or Tarkov, but rather than being a mission based, it's open world with safe areas distributed throughout. That's cool. That's very cool. And let me grab this into here. Browsers. Just trying to find. Where is this thing not working? Where did you go? There's a window grab instead? I'm trying to find things. For some reason I can't seem to find my giveaway bot. Where have you gone, giveaway bot? Is it that one, I think? There are no safe spaces in Tarkov. You get no safe spaces there. And what's that one? So that's the thing. Is that the right one, though? Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I'm pulling in the right window. I don't want to grab the wrong one. Friendly fire is the default setting. I mean, that's how it works in real life. I think it's this one. There may be a technical blip on how to do this. Depending on how this works. Just double checking here. I was clearly not prepared for this. Let me just. Where are we at? going to work? I think that'll work. Right, sorry about this. I know I'm staring at the screen to make sure that this is going to work okay. And... very true. It just means you don't get your hideout till much later in the game. The very early game of this very open world. Did you guys see the PlayStation State of Play earlier this week, where there was one of the ones? What was it? For Loop was another like kind of that sort of style extraction sort of shooter one, which I think looks quite cool. I don't know if you guys saw the if you're into that extraction shooters, that's one. It looks very cool. StarCraft started as a Minecraft mod that was so popular it wanted becoming its own game, much like Hytale. That's fair. I've heard good things about Hytale. Very good things about Hytale. And let's go. It does look very cool. I mean, if we're talking PlayStation Showcase, the chicken game looked amazing, right? I'm like, it's like, do I want to be a giant roided up foghorn leghorn then with swords? Yes, you had me at that 100%. I'm in. And yes, you heard that statement correctly of everything I was saying just then. Foghorn leghorn with swords. I'm in. I feel like the biggest one for me though from the from it though was was the second Kena game. That was the one I was very excited to see. I know I really enjoyed watching Verity play through the first one, and I'm kind of excited to be like to watch and may even dive in myself. So some very cool things. Duke McNuggets feels like the best subscription I can give. Kena, yes. Arnie is Foghorn Leghorn sold. That's basically it. It looked very, very good. And there's a lot of people very excited for the God of War remakes that were announced as well, and then bringing back the original, the same like actors and stuff, which is very cool. So, right. And let me just test something a second here. I'm just going to test a command. Nobody else do this. It's just me testing a command. See if it works. That did work. Fantastic. Cool. So, get that out of there. Right. Rightio, we are going to be doing a giveaway for a gift voucher for the web store. I know it's meant to be a paints giveaway, but as I've just explained, I've got to sort something out for that. So we're going to do because we've hit one of our targets, we're going to raffle off and give back to the amazing people who are giving as well. So anyone can enter this. It's a voucher for the web store, so it's our 3D printing web store. It's a voucher for £20, so it's a nice big hefty voucher to get yourself some bits and bobs. For that, and this is a digital voucher, so you can have this kind of wherever. But please note, if you are an international viewer, we are currently not able to ship into the EU or to the US due to the tariff things and various other bits that are going on. So if you're Canada, you're okay. If you're Australia and stuff, you're fine. Asia, you're all good. But the EU and specifically the USA is just, I can't ship there at the minute because of things. Whatever. But yeah, so we are going to open up the giveaway now. So !beans in the chat to chuck yourself in. We're going to keep that open for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we're going to raffle off and see who is the winner. Remember, if anybody has donated, your entry counts as 2 if you've counted twice. You'll be counted as a double if you've donated to our charity one, because you've been wholesome beans, so we throw them in, which is going to be really, really wholesome on that one. And that is for any giveaway that we do throughout the month, apart from obviously the raffle, because you can only enter this if you donate the raffle for this many. So yeah, hopefully so that's for any other giveaways that we do. We've got a few things to give away. We've still got some paints Obviously, we have got that paint set, which I'm going to try and figure out how to sort out. As we unlock more giveaways, they are all going to kind of unlock a load more things that we're going to raffle off either throughout the month, or they're all going to get raffled off during the big marathon stream. So there's more stuff for us to unlock. I will do a better infograph in a minute. I had so much time to prepare for this, but I realised there was so much stuff I forgot, so I apologise. I can see that Corvus is in there, Newbie is in there, Natman is in there, and Mecha is in there as well, which is all good. You guys are all in. All in for the moat, and you got everyone else has got another 15 minutes or so, so we're going to close that basically as we get close to 9 to do some bits and bobs. Right now, though, let's try and do some more painty. But yes, but we have been lucky enough that we have been sent a couple of things from some very generous people to raffle off as well. So we've got some brush sets coming up from Rosemary & Co, which is going to be really, really nice to raffle them off. They're about 30 plus quid each of those brush sets. So they've been really generous sending us a couple of them to raffle off for it. And obviously we have this starter paint set as well from Two Thin Coats, which I thought was two small starter sets, and turns out it's one big starter set. So that's my bad. There's always many things to stress about, so don't stress it. Thank you. That's me. I will stress. Like, how stressy am I on a scale of 1 to 10? Yes. That's me. And get the mouth painted on this. Mouth. Ow. Just put my finger back in the end of my paintbrush. Let's switch straight up to the brighter pink because I don't really get much luck out of that. Get some pinks shaken up. I feel like it's wild. This is like going through all of this, kind of like adding in all the different colours, and then knowing that right at the end I've got to go, and time to go around with the back lines. It's stressful. But I hope everyone is doing good today. Are we all being productive beanies, and or are you all being relaxy beanies? Both of them are good types of beans. A bashy beanie. What are you beating up the beans for, Netman? What are you doing? Is this your kit bashing your necromancer guy into your vampire priest? Because I feel like he looks massive. Is he as big as I thought he was going to be? I think he looks pretty sizable. I still need to figure out what goes on with that story, actually. The 100 days to take back the planet. What did the Imperial Fists end up doing? I'm excited to see what the end of that's going to be. It's about Primaris High. Okay, that's hefty for Necromunda. Well, yesterday I finished the first panel of the bag I'm crocheting, and I have started the second panel. Hell yes! He's a lovely mini, but there are many, many, many teeny, tiny, irreplaceable parts. Oh no. This is very well dotted all over the... Is it one of those where it's like, I cannot drop any of this, otherwise, oh no, there will be problems. What is the purpose of the bag you are crocheting there, Corvus? It's like a... like a storage bag, or is it just like a bag for life sort of style? I've seen more and more people using like crochet style bag for life, which I'm like, such a cool idea. And yeah, I'm kind of intrigued to know if the Imperial Fists are going to have to bother setting foot onto Necromunda to be like, right, you didn't do it in time. We're here now. It's a cool pattern if you're gonna buy it and support the creator. That's cool. I didn't know if it was what sort of style of bag. Is it like a clutch or a purse or just like a storage bag? That's just cute and real curious. You gotta support them independent creators. There's some amazing ones out there. So we have so many licenses in the web store. I'm just like, oh, I want to support you. Oh, your stuff's cool. So I'm like, add so much to the store. I haven't figured out a use for it. That's fair. It's like I'll figure it out at some point. That's it. Yeah. Now, just enjoy the building of it. That's the main thing. Enjoy the construction of the crochet journey. And 10 minutes left to enter the giveaway. For anyone who wants to enter it, !beans. And this is for a voucher for our web store. To give back to say thank you to everyone who's been donating. And ooh. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get this all blocked on in. Squig lips. Let's get the inside of the squig mouth and the squiggy lips painted up. Squig lips sounds like an orc mobster. Oh, look, everyone, it's Squig lips. Quick, behave, be on your best behaviour. I can get that. The orc is like, oh, you come to me here on a day of my favourite war, and you ask me for a favour? How dare you? Squig lips. Whack him. Let's get these blocked on in. I'm trying to figure out what colour eyes to do on the squig, actually. I haven't really thought about that. Like a... on the squigs. Have a think. Ooh. Post the link to the pattern in Verity's Discord. Ooh, nice. Thank you very much. And speaking of Discords, of course, this Sunday is, of course, our normal Sunday showcase. exclamation mark Sunday in the chat if you want to show off whatever projects you've been finishing off. Remember, we love projects of all kinds. Is that we've had drawings, minis, crochet, felting, diamond paintings. We've had a bit of everything on there. Digital drawings and stuff before, digital artwork. So if there's anything you want to share off that you finished off, whack it on in the Sunday showcase. And of course, remember in 2 weeks' time, there'll be a very special showcase for our Painting Palooza. So as of 2 weeks tomorrow, as of tomorrow, you'll have 2 weeks to finish getting your minis in with the theme blue and white, which obviously matches our charity theme for the month. So exclamation mark Palooza if you want to see the full terms and conditions and you still want to enter. I'm excited as well. There's a lot of I was getting a lot of DMs about people asking when I was bringing the Paloozas back, so I'm hoping it's going to be a good one. What was that? That was weird. Am I still going? Yeah, it was alright. I just had a weird flash of flicker of everything on my screen. I was like, what's happening? I was at mad panic mode for a moment, and I was like, what is happening? The inside of this mouth is so tricky. These books on here. Man, this squig mouth is going to be is a whole different beast. I didn't really realize quite how tricky this was going to be to navigate around all the teeth and things. But it's going to be worth it once it's done. That's the hope anyway. And just under 5 minutes if anybody else wants to enter into the voucher giveaway. Exclamation mark Beanaroonies. Well, it's an exclamation mark beans, not Beanaroonies. I don't know why I was like, wait a second. That's not what I need to say. And no beans for demonstration purposes. And for added drama and tension. This on here. Okay. Oh, now I've missed this bit at the bottom, but I've missed that intentionally because I want to do the inside of the mouth a slightly different color to these lips here. So actually, I'll cover it now. That's done then. Kind of feel like I almost should have done this, the mint green, which would have been good to kind of factor both of those in. See how we do. So much detail on these squig lips. I don't think I would have said squig lips as many times before in my life than right this moment. Lippity squiggity. That's what we got right here. Okay, next pink, the neon pink. Da da da. Ah, shake it, shake it. Ah! Okay, that one now. Whew. Dun, dun, dun. And only 2 minutes to go. Well, 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go, and we'll see who's going to win a prize. Win that prize. Let's get those on there. So much detail with these tiny little squig gums and lips. Do I have a fluoro white for some UV fun? I do have a fluoro white. I wasn't intending on doing any UV fun for it. Wow, what's your thoughts? So we're doing like the comic-y cel-shaded style, so I hadn't thought about doing any UV fun. What are you thinking on the gums, the lips? Tell me your thoughts. And a little Valentine's. It would be fun to add some fluoro to the white squig, as it's a little Easter egg thing, a little Valentine's surprise, just to put some fluoro white on there. Like if you hit it with the UV, it will go as fluoro. It's not a bad idea. I feel like, yeah, I'm half tempted, depending on how the black lining goes, I'd be half tempted to amp up the white a little more on there as well. It's not showing up well on camera, but in person it's very much, you're seeing like the different colour breaks between the three. But there is still a little thought in the back of my head of like, should I push this a bit further? A fluoro white would be quite fun for that, to be fair. Good thinking. I think the only fluoro white I have, though, is the one from the Scale 75 fluoros, which I have never had a good experience with. I bought the set, and it's one of the few times I deeply regret buying a set of paints, because I was like, I should have just done what I normally done and buy 1 or 2 paints. Tested it first, because I've just never massively got on with them. I don't think there's anything in it. I don't know what it is. I just can't ever seem to get them as they're supposed to be, if that makes sense. So let's get that on there. Okie dokie, right. Nearly there. The lips and the gums anyway. You've still got to do the entire inside of the mouth. This is so much work. I have the Army Painter fluoro pink and blue. The pink is really vibrant, the blue not so. That's fair. Yeah, I have those. Took about 3 coats to get a good reaction from it. Yeah, I was just kind of like, with them. That was kind of it. I'm more perturbed by the. Why would it be a Valentine's surprise? What are you expecting me to draw with this white fluoro paint on here? Like a hidden heart or something? It is like hi. It's like a smiley face. I've still got 1 pink brighten this if I wanted to use it as well. Just realising I've still got their the Neo pink. Or the Cyber pink, sorry. Whew. And let's get these blocked on here. Oh, I'll wait for that to finish running and then I'll run the giveaway. Oh, man, the mouth is getting there slowly. There's so much work on this. Seth, how are you doing? You smashing it? I can tell it's gonna look a mess. Thank you. Thank you. And you got in with the beanie beans. Beanie beans. And you're the one who's been smashing it though, Seth. You've been nailing out some really cool builds on your minis and stuff at the minute. I'm loving seeing all of your ents on Instagram. I'm excited to see what's next. Could say watching you build all of these Lord of the Rings ents is very enticing. We'll have to arrange a meet-up at some point to play some Middle-earth. I have no idea how to play Middle-earth, so you'll have to completely teach me. A few extra bits up in here. Right, you have it basically until I finished this little part of the paint and then I'll do the giveaway. You have 45 seconds until I do the giveaway. Are you not entertained? I've been listening to Lookwood as Friday is daddy dinner day, so Leon's just left and I'm back to my scheduled evening. That's fair. That is fair. What did you have for dinner? Did you have tasty foods? I am yet to have dinner, so I need to go have dinner after I finish stream. The whole point of me starting later on a Fridays now, instead of starting at 4, starting at 6, is to allow me to have food and that. But because I'm always leaving work late, and shock of shocks today, I also left work late, but I left work very late, so I didn't even get a chance to have dinner. It's annoying. I really enjoyed the 4 o'clock starts, but I just couldn't guarantee that I'd be here all the time. So, rightio. This is getting there. We made good progress this week. We've made a lot of progress. It's good so far. I'm excited to see how much more we can get done. Right. Anyway, I'm hoping this is going to work. This should be. Hopefully, it's not going to blow everyone's heads off loud. Where are we at? And oops. Where are we going? Dun, dun. Let's take these boxes. I'm hoping this is going to come through and it's not going to blow everyone's faces off. You had a spaghetti and a meatballs. That's spaghetti and meatballs. Oh, that's a good time. You are all very funny. We have to do meet up and play, as I ironically don't know how to play that well. You know better than me, though. Right. Let's add. Do. Oops. Where are we going? 1 second. Something just went wrong. Give me 1 second. Just one. I tried to copy and paste something and accidentally removed something, so give me a sec. So can I do this over here instead? Nope. Why is this being difficult? I need to sort this out for next time. This shouldn't be this clunky. Once I've got it sorted, then it will be fine. Oh no, what happened here? Oh god. Why did everyone get deleted? I just went to press right, let's do the giveaway and then everyone's names got removed. Okay, let me just control C this. Let's see, give me 1 second. I need proper access to my keyboard to do this. Bear with me. Hold on a second. Let me figure out what's going on. This is just making my life difficult now. This is supposed to be easy. You said this has been difficult? Way. Right. Where are we at? And right, this is so frustrating. Verity's jealous of the spaghetti and meatballs. That's fair. Why is this being really awkward to allow me to copy and paste things? Sorry, I'm having to go back through the chat and see who beaned. And I promise this is not normally going to be like this. I am just being bad right now. Just checking who else gone darn beaned it. Dun, 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 dun. I think that's everybody. Yes. Okay, so I think I've got everybody in. Okie dokie. Right, yeah, everyone's in. Okay, cool. We're back up. We're back up and running. Okay, so this is now. Is it going to work? That's the main question now. Oh, this has all gone as wrong as it could have gone today. But it all went very right because we did a lot of painting as well, which is good, and we raised a load more money for this amazing charity. Right, where are we at? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Note to self: sort this for later. And and that is everybody who beamed. That's everyone who Dongon beamed. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's cool. 5, 6, 6. Cool. Right. Okay, they got them in there. Let's see if this comes up. I don't know if this is going to be loud and blow people's ears off, but I hope it pops up. Let's see who's going to win the gift voucher that we're raffling off for Mind. We haven't had this in a while. It's Gomez! Gomez! You must claim. You must claim yourself. Where's the? Hold on. You must claim. There you go. Congratulations! That was so close to you, Mecha. I thought that was you then. Congratulations, Corvus. I'll add that to my notes to do so. Congratulations. You have got yourself a voucher for the web store. Enjoy. I will ping that over to you. No one else is going to ping it over to you. It's just going to be me. I'll ping it over to you on Discord. Is the easiest way for me to send it over, as I have you on there already. So you'll get that after stream. I still have to create the voucher. I thought it was going to be Mecha too. You're like, so close. But we have got plenty more of these to be giving away. Like I said, we have got a paint set giveaway to do. But we are going to do that once I figure it out. It's my own fault. I thought I had 2 sets. I only had 1 big set. So I need to rethink how I give that away. I just put my finger in my wet palette. But there we go. And I think, to be honest, as I haven't eaten any food or anything yet, that's probably a good stopping point for me. At this point, ending on a bit of a hype, which is going to be really fun. And we have done so much work today. So much work. We neatened up a few bits of the blue. We've done most of the pink on the mouth. We did the entirety of the whites on the underside for it and on the upper skin for this guy. We've done a lot. We've got a lot done today. We are still not quite as close as I would like to be for the black lining, but we've still got 2 and a bit weeks to get this done. So we got plenty of time. But it is shaping up fantastically. But for now, I think we are going to raid off and spread some loveroonies. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go say hi to? Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Can I return a raid to anybody? That's always the important one to check first. And thank you for sharing the commands there. Thank you very much. Let's grab this up on here. But yeah, thank you so much for everyone who's been in. Let me just grab this updated here. Where are we going? Where are we going? Can I return a raid to? Nobody's on for me to return a raid to, which means I get free choice of who I'm going to go say hi to. Let's go and say hello to. And let's see who's in my list. And okay, let's go and say, ooh, 2 very tempting people. Both of these people are awesome. I don't know who to say hello to. They're both amazing. There's so many amazing people on at this time of night. Let's go and where are we at? Let's go and read and say hello to I don't know who. My brain's like, I don't know who. Everyone's so nice. Let's go. Shall we go and say hello to? Why is my thing taking forever to load? Twitch, you okay? You okay, hon? And Let's go and say hello to somebody who I haven't been able to raid into for a while, and they are working on some gorgeous looking Moonstone minis. Should we go say hello to Jan? We haven't said hello to Jan in a little while, and Jan is awesome and fantastic. They're one of the OG Twitch partners on this channel, and the reason why so many of us are able to do these streams that we do for it. So let's go and say hello over to them. But yeah, folks, thank you all so much for being in. It's been a wonderful, wonderful stream. We made lots of progress on Squigy here, and we'll be doing the same on Sunday as well. And thank you so much as well. Special shout outs to Sith for the Sith for the resub, Corvus for the resub. Thank you to Nubian Verity for the biddies, and most importantly, thank you so much to everyone who donated. We had some whopping donations today. Added on to the mine total. So thank you so much to Sith and to Verity for those big big ones, including the funny number. Thank you so much. But yes, we are back on Sunday as per normal. We're going to be painting away and doing our Sunday showcase. But for now, please, as always, remember to stay safe, stay positive, and above all, be an ambassador for your hobby. We'll catch you all on Sunday, folks. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Bye! Nah, nah.